So I'm here today recording my bath fans to see how many CFMs are going to flow through them. And we have our standard hood. You guys have all worked with this before with the chart on the side, right? And then we have our digital manometer. And we have the pressure setting set at pressure. Okay, so I've turned the bath fan on. I don't know if you can hear it go on or not. And now I'm going to put the hood on it. I'm going to put it on the setting E2. And it's going to be E2, and we'll get a reading here. So I'll put it up to the fan. And the reading is roughly, will it equalize for a minute? 5.0. Does that sound fair? And at 5.0 we've got 46 with the E2 setting. So 46 CFM is my bath downstairs. Okay, let's go check the rest. Now we're in my master bathroom. And in my bathroom, there's actually two fans. So there's one here, and then there's one in here in the light. And so there's one in each of those. So let's go ahead and we'll turn the fan on out here. And we'll test this one first. All right, 7. And so reading of 7 is 55 CFM. All right, and then we'll test the other one. Gotta turn it on. There we go. we'll just go with 3.5. All right, and so if we look at our chart here, 3.5 is roughly 37 CFM. Now we are in our kids' bathroom, and so this one just has one fan, and so I have the hood set at an E2 setting, and so we'll put her on there. Let's see what we get. We'll just call it 9.0. And 9.0 falls off our chart, and so we'll go ahead and open this up farther and test it again. Call that 2.0. And 2.0 for E1 is 62 CFM. Okay, so we are now downstairs by the front door, and we are going to do a worst case depressurization for the entire house. And so you guys will remember that's if you turn on all the fans in the house, including the dryer or anything that exhausts air, that you go ahead and turn all those on, and we'll do a pressure reading. And that'll give us, when the house is depressurized, what the negative pressure reading is. So I put a static pressure probe on the end of the hose, and I'm basically going to shove that underneath the door so that it gets pressure reading with reference to outside. So let's see. So we've got, this is a pressure reading to outside. This is a pressure reading to inside. So with reference to outside. And so we've got a pressure reading of 14. Let's move this on over to here. There we go. So the input is here. This is reading the pressure in the home. This is the reference to outside. And so right now we're reading at negative 14. Okay. Now, so this is what's considered the worst case depressurization. If you remember from class, there's a couple scenarios for that. One, a -5, so we're at negative 15. -5 is no bueno, and then a -10 is no bueno, okay? So we're well over that when all the fans are on in the house. Now, I'm gonna stop here for a second. I'll show you one more thing about this house. I'm in one of the bedrooms now, and each one of the bedrooms has a vent, a passive vent in it that looks something like this. And so this will draw cool air to try to stop the depressurization. So if you zoom in on that, Rise, you can see it's open now, and now it's closed. And so I'm gonna go around and I'm gonna close all those, and we're gonna see what the negative depressurization is. Okay, so we just went and closed all of the vents, and you can see now we're reading at right around 15. And so there was minimal difference, about 1 Pascal difference when we closed those vents. So let's go and look at those vents and see if they're actually drafting air when the fans are on. Okay, so now we're up by the vents, and the vents go to outside, they're passive, and we still have all the fans on. And so Riley, can you tell me whether the air should be coming in or going out?
In.
In, that's right. So you can see, if you look real close, you can see how it's blowing the smoke down. Not a lot, but a little bit. And if you put your hand up there, you can definitely feel it's coming in. Obviously hard to tell by video, but you can tell. Okay, so this is a pellet stove. You put pellets on the top of it. It vents to outside, but it takes makeup air from inside. So one, the question would be, is this a combustion appliance? And two, does it affect the pressure of the home? Okay, so now we're out in my garage, and this is the boiler. And so in the questions that I'll send you, or I guess I'm asking you right now, what type of boiler is this? And is it natural draft? Is it direct vent? Is it sealed combustion? What is it? And then here's the water heater right next to it. And what is that? Okay, so now we're here at the range hood, and we're going to test the range hood. The only complication with the range hood is that the hood doesn't fit underneath very well. Okay, so if I put it over one of the vents, this has 2 vents, put it over the top one, there's a big gap in the front. So what I did is I cut a piece of cardboard out and covered one of the vents on one side. And then the other one is where we're gonna put the probe to see. Now, if you guys remember from class, there's a formula to figure out the surface area of this. So it's roughly 7, sorry, I just lost it. 7 3/4 by 5 3/4. So you'll have to use your notes. And in your notes, there should be a formula that tells you what the calculation for that is. So take this vent out. I'll put this up in here, turn it on. So it has a high and low setting. We'll set it on high. And put it here. Give it a minute to stabilize. So let's just go with -8. Okay?
-8.
Okay, so you can see we've had this in here for probably 15 minutes now, and it's at 35% relative humidity. and 63 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so just a heads up for you. Okay, so we're sitting out here on the front porch now after we've done all our recordings. And so I guess the thing is, I'm going to do a little wrap up here for you of what we're going to be asking you to talk about, and then to give us some, what are your thoughts on it? Okay. So Riley, maybe you can talk about the first couple things that we did.
So first we checked all the bathroom fans, and then we checked the fans in the rooms, and then we turned on every fan in the house to get the total number.
Total number, right? That is what we call the TVCC, total ventilation capacity, right? And then we also call it the worst case depressurization. Now, the question that I'd have for you is does it matter in my house? So what combustion appliances are in my house that it would matter? If it does, it might not. And then the final thing that we did is we looked at the temperature and what else? You remember? There was two numbers on that little gray gauge. Top one was a smaller number, and it was at like 35. Relative humidity. Is that relative humidity? And then the last one was temperature. Sorry, I kind of hung out to dry on that. So, so anyway, so those are the things that you'll need to know. Now, the thing that I want you to tell me about that with relative humidity and temperature is what is my condensation temperature of my surfaces? Okay. So, hope you enjoyed it, and maybe we'll get to do it again soon. Talk to you later.